hitching a ride, hitching a ride.
Welcome back to a year when pop music stood at a crossroads. 1970 was the moment when the optimism of the 60s met the uncertainty of a new decade. The charts captured that tension perfectly. But here's something you might not know. One song on this list was sung by a lead vocalist so young, he still needed permission to stay out late. Another topped the charts while quietly unsettling listeners who missed its meaning. Let's rewind and rediscover the top 15 songs of 1970. Number 15, ABC by the Jackson 5. When people think of the Jackson 5, this song often feels obvious, almost too familiar, which is exactly why it's easy to forget how dominant it really was in 1970. ABC wasn't just catchy, it was precision-engineered pop that introduced the world to a level of youthful confidence rarely heard on the radio. Michael Jackson's voice sounded joyful, but there was also discipline behind every note, shaped by long rehearsals and Motown's strict hit-making machine. At the time, this song symbolized optimism and simplicity, even as the world outside felt increasingly complicated. Over the years, it became background music for commercials, movies, and nostalgia playlists, which oddly softened its impact. But in 1970, this wasn't background at all. It was front and center, bold, bright, and impossible to escape. Number 14, Hitchin' a Ride by Vanity Fair. Hitchin' a Ride feels like sunshine poured into a 3-minute pop record. But beneath that breezy surface is something far more reflective. Released by a British band trying to break into American radio, the song captured a quiet sense of movement and uncertainty that fit the era perfectly. In 1970, hitchhiking still symbolized freedom, curiosity, and a search for something better, even if you weren't sure what that something was. The melody is light, almost carefree, yet the lyrics suggest someone leaving without a clear destination. Over time, the song became associated with road trips and easy listening stations, slowly fading from pop memory. But back then, it stood out because it felt honest and unforced. It wasn't trying to be revolutionary. It simply captured a moment of motion that listeners recognized immediately. Number 13, Make It With You by Bread.
I wanna make it with you.
Soft rock didn't dominate the charts by accident, and this song is one of the clearest examples of why. Make It With You offered comfort at a time when many listeners were exhausted by noise, conflict, and rapid cultural change.
And every little thing only time will tell.
Its gentle rhythm and warm vocal delivery felt almost like an invitation to slow down. In 1970, this approach stood out among louder, more aggressive hits. The song's success helped define an entire radio format built on intimacy and emotional reassurance.
To sleep and life, it's for us to.
Over the decades, it became so closely tied to mellow playlists that it quietly slipped from active memory. But when it first climbed the charts, it was anything but invisible.
With you.
It spoke directly to listeners who wanted connection without chaos. Its staying power lies in that simplicity, even if we don't always remember how groundbreaking that felt.
like a starry sun.
Number 12. Everything is Beautiful by Ray Stevens.
Everything is beautiful in its own way.
This song arrived at exactly the right moment, offering a gentle reminder that optimism still had a place on the airwaves. Unlike most chart hits, Everything is Beautiful blended spoken word moments with melody,
Heaven, the world's gonna find.
giving it a reflective, almost conversational feel. In 1970, that approach felt refreshingly sincere. It wasn't trying to be edgy or rebellious. Instead, it leaned into kindness and shared humanity. Over time, the song became associated with easy listening and novelty radio,
Starry summer night or a snow-covered winter.
which sometimes caused it to be dismissed or overlooked. But its success was no accident. Listeners connected with its message during a period marked by social tension and uncertainty. Today, it's often remembered vaguely, if at all.
My friend, straighten it out in your mind.
Yet when it topped the charts, it represented a collective desire to believe that beauty could still be found everywhere, even when the world felt complicated.
I'm looking at my girlfriend, she's passed out on the floor. I seen
Number 11. Mama Told Me Not to Come by Three Dog Night.
Mama told me not to come. She said, that ain't the
At first listen, this song sounds like a carefree party anthem, but its humor hides a sharper edge. Mama Told Me Not to Come plays out like a generational clash, with older warnings colliding against youthful curiosity.
that ain't the way now. I wanna tell you.
In 1970, that tension felt very real. Parties, freedom, and social change were everywhere, and not everyone was comfortable with it. The song's playful delivery allowed it to sneak a commentary onto mainstream radio without sounding confrontational.
That ain't the way now. That ain't the way now.
Three Dog Night had a gift for turning unusual material into massive hits, and this song became one of their most recognizable. Over time, it was remembered more for its catchy chorus than its meaning.
Sing out. That ain't the way now. That ain't the way now.
That's why it fits perfectly on this list. Beneath the Fun is a snapshot of a moment when America wasn't quite sure where it was headed next. Number 10. Band of Gold by Freda Payne. At first glance, Band of Gold sounds like a joyful celebration, but its success came from how subtly it told a much sadder story. In 1970, listeners were drawn in by the upbeat groove and polished production, often before realizing the emotional weight underneath. The song describes loneliness hidden behind what should have been happiness, a theme that quietly resonated with many people at the time. Freda Payne's vocal performance balanced strength and vulnerability, making the song feel deeply personal without being dramatic. Over the years, it became labeled as a classic soul hit, but its deeper meaning often faded from memory. That's part of why it fits this countdown so well. It was massive in its moment, yet today it's usually remembered only in passing. Even though it captured a complicated emotional truth many listeners still recognize.
Times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me.
Number 9. Let It Be by the Beatles.
Let it be. And in my arms.
By the time Let It Be reached its peak in 1970, the Beatles were already on the verge of becoming history. That context gives the song a weight that often gets overlooked when people remember it today.
Whisper words of wisdom, let it be.
While many associate it with earlier years, this song was one of the defining chart moments of the new decade. Its calm, reassuring tone felt like a farewell without anyone explicitly saying goodbye.
There will be an answer, let it be.
The song offered comfort at a time when change felt unavoidable, both in music and in the world beyond it. Over time, it became so iconic that its chart placement faded from memory.
Let it be, let it be, let it be, yeah, let it be.
But in 1970, it was very much a current hit, shaping the emotional sound of the year. Would you say this song feels more like a goodbye than a beginning? Comment yes if you agree.
Not a girl could make me feel the way that you do. You're all right.
Number 8. Get Ready by Rare Earth.
Get ready. Start making love to you.
Get Ready stood out because it didn't sound like most radio hits of its time. Stretching far longer than the typical single, it leaned into extended grooves and repetition, inviting listeners to settle into the rhythm rather than rush through it.
'Cause here I come. I'm breathing you with love that's true.
In 1970, that approach felt daring, especially on mainstream radio. The song blurred the line between rock, soul, and dance, making it a bridge between genres that were often kept separate. Rare Earth managed to turn a long, hypnotic track into a massive hit without sacrificing its edge. Over the years, its length and style made it less convenient for modern playlists, which helped it quietly fade.
My friend shouldn't want me to. I think I'll understand. You're all right.
Yet when it dominated the charts, it felt bold and forward-looking, hinting at the looser, groove-driven sounds that would soon shape the decade. Number 7. I'll Be There by the Jackson 5. This song revealed a different side of the Jackson 5, one that surprised many listeners at the time. Known for energetic, youthful singles, the group The group slowed everything down with a heartfelt ballad that emphasized emotion over excitement. In 1970, I'll Be There showed that even a young vocal group could deliver sincerity and depth. Michael Jackson's performance sounded far beyond his years, conveying reassurance in a way that felt genuine rather than rehearsed. The song became a defining moment for the group, proving they could handle more mature material. Over time, it was overshadowed by their brighter hits, which makes it easy to forget just how powerful this record was. But during its chart run, it connected deeply with listeners who needed comfort and stability in an uncertain moment.
One guarantee, you'll always have me.
Number 6. Ain't No Mountain High Enough by Diana Ross. When Diana Ross released her version of this song, it wasn't just another cover, it was a complete transformation. Unlike the earlier duet version, this take turned the song into a dramatic, spoken and sung declaration of independence and commitment. In 1970, it marked a defining step in her solo career, separating her sound from her group past.
They used to touch yours so tenderly. Just remember what I told you the day I...
The production built slowly, almost like a conversation, before rising into something triumphant. That structure made it feel cinematic and emotionally charged. Over time, the song became so closely tied to her legacy that its chart impact faded from memory. But during its rise, it felt fresh and unexpected, reminding listeners that familiar material could still surprise them. It wasn't just a hit, it was a statement about moving forward into something new. Number 5. War by Edwin Starr.
Good God, y'all.
Few songs captured the emotional temperature of 1970 as directly as war. There was no metaphor to decode, and no subtle symbolism hiding beneath the surface. The song,
Destruction. Who wants to die? Good God, y'all.
the song spoke plainly, which is exactly why it hit so hard. At a time when protest music often used poetic language, this track cut straight through with urgency and frustration. Edwin Starr's vocal delivery sounded raw and relentless,
Destruction of this life. Won't these tears
giving the song a sense of immediacy that radio listeners couldn't ignore. Over the years, it became a cultural reference point, sometimes reduced to a slogan rather than remembered as a chart-topping hit.
absolutely say it again.
But in its moment, it wasn't just commentary, it was confrontation. That boldness helped it soar on the charts, even as it challenged listeners to think about the world they were living in.
The way he got things done, sleeping on the job.
Number 4, Raindrops Keep Fallin' on My Head by B.J. Thomas.
Raindrops are falling on my head, and just like the guy who's
This song feels gentle and reassuring, which makes it easy to forget how powerful its presence was on the charts. In 1970, Raindrops Keep Fallin' on My Head offered calm,
happiness steps up to greet me.
at a time when many people felt overwhelmed by rapid change. Its relaxed pace and optimistic tone made it sound timeless, almost detached from the turbulence of the era.
'Cause I'm never gonna stop the rain by complaining.
The song's connection to film gave it a cinematic quality that helped it linger in listeners' minds. Over time, it became associated with comfort and nostalgia rather than chart dominance. But during its run, it was everywhere,
It's not for me, 'cause I'm never gonna.
quietly shaping the emotional soundtrack of the year. Its success proved that softness still had a place in popular music. Are you enjoying this video? If you are, please hit the like button. I'd sincerely appreciate it. Next.
Here every time you are.
Number 2, They Long to Be Close to You by the Carpenters.
They long to be close to you.
This song redefined what a pop ballad could sound like in 1970. Instead of big dramatics or theatrical flourishes, it leaned into intimacy and restraint. Karen Carpenter's voice felt close and personal, as if she were singing directly to the listener.
On the day that you were born, the angels got.
That approach stood out immediately and reshaped the sound of mainstream pop. The song's massive success helped open the door for softer, more emotionally direct records throughout the decade.
They long to be close to you.
Over time, it became so closely associated with easy listening that its cultural impact was often overlooked. But during its rise, it felt fresh and comforting, offering a sense of closeness at a time when many people felt disconnected. Its influence reached far beyond its chart position, even if we sometimes forget how revolutionary it once felt. Number 1, Bridge Over Troubled Water by Simon and Garfunkel. Ending the year at number 1, this song felt like both a culmination and a farewell. In 1970, Bridge Over Troubled Water carried an emotional weight that went beyond its melody. Its gradual build and powerful delivery gave it a sense of reassurance that listeners deeply needed. The song sounded almost spiritual in its promise of support and understanding. Over time, it became one of the most celebrated recordings in popular music history. which sometimes overshadows its role as the defining hit of that year. But when it ruled the charts, it felt like a closing chapter, not just for a group, but for an era. It captured reflection, compassion, and resolution all at once, making it a fitting number one. 1970 wasn't just a year of hit songs. It was a turning point where pop, rock, soul, and protest all collided on the same chart. Some of these records stayed in the spotlight, while others slowly slipped into the background of memory. But together, they tell the story of a moment when music was searching for balance between comfort and change. Thanks for taking this trip back in time with me. And before you go, I'd love to know, which one of these songs surprised you the most when you heard it again?
When you're on the street, you got to be able to pick out the easy meat.